All right, ladies and gents, let's get this going soon. Yes, yes. Oh, yes, yes. Let's, hello, ladies and gents. How we doing out there? We doing good? Are we excited? I have no idea if you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. But yeah, no, we are back from the holidays. Yes, New Year's has drifted past. I'm now going to be sending out the weirdos all of their invites soon. Sparky will be apparently at the house, his house, the house, in about 10 minutes or so. But I hope everybody had a great weekend. All right, weekend. What the fuck am I saying? Great New Year's and all that kind of shenanigans. And to see if the audio is actually working well on my end before I do anything else. Let's see here. What we got? What's my audio? Apparently it's at 90. When is Canada's New Year's? New Year's for Canada is July 1st. So there's that. The New Year's that we've had was already done and over with for the seasonal end. And Chinese New Year should be coming up soon. If I remember correctly, I think it's roughly around the first portion of February. I think Lunar is within that time frame. I could be off. It could be within the last portion of January. But we are getting closer to Lunar New Year, so that's going to be kind of cool and exciting. But yes. As I've already put out all the posties, now I wait for all the weirdos to actually show up to do their thing, their due diligence, their time. So, while I'm here and doing the thing, I'm going to entertain you as best I can. So we kind of do that. Let's see. I feel like I'm going to have to get rid of the background thingies. Let's get rid of that. There we go. That's better. Oh god, that is exciting. You know what? I don't know if I'm gonna turn this down just a wee bit. There we go. Yes. Oh god. All right. So yeah, no. As normal. There's a lot that has happened over the end of the month of December to the earlier parts of January. It is impressive of what exactly happened for the most part. We've had Wizard of the Coast drama. We've had we had a lot of different things. Jesus fucking Christ, I don't even know where to begin halfway through. I mean, fuck. It just seemed like one weird shit show after the other, and it just continued. I'm like going, should I actually do a show? Should I not do a show? No, I'm on vacation. We're not doing anything. And that's basically my mindset that was kind of going through for the most part. But you just never know. What the Yeah, no, we had some crazy shenanigans for those that do care, will care. And I was hoping to have this covered. Apparently, Pan is now streaming. At least she's doing recorded shows, which is awesome, which is weird. She'll be focusing apparently on the Final Fantasy crap. So that should be fascinating. And we have the obscene drop is happening. Still a lot of speculation on who's on the list. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting when that actually does happen. Then we have the suicide booth that just popped up in, what is it, Switzerland, Sweden, one of the Danish areas. That's not going to end badly whatsoever. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh god. Jeez. I don't know. Pal World will be coming out soon. Jeez. People are speculating whether that's going to be a complete scam or not. That is up in the air for the most part. Let's see. Jay's 2 cents. He's got some health issues, so he may or may not exist. The whole internet cancer has been taking a lot of people, apparently. This is fucking crazy. Apparently, Sparky's working on Camel Dancing with Pippa Pipkins, or Pipkins, whatever, the rabbit who's into pits and feet. So there is that. Oh god, and this list goes on and on and on and on, and Jesus, I don't even. V. What do you mean V? Jeez. Explain yourself. Oh fuck! And then the Mickey Mouse thing that happened. The Steamboat Willie is also Bri likes my cover now. That's great. That's good to hear there, Sparky. That Bri likes your cover. Were you nude in the cover? I have no idea. I'm questioning everything going forward. It's kind of up in the air of what you mean. Yes. But no, I like I said, I've placed out all the crazy shenanigans. You said something about he was going to die of cancer. Oh well, I mean, we're talking about J2 sets. That's a whole different person. Dragon, you're here. Hi, Dragon.
Yeah, what's up?
Jesus fucking Christ, you got that thing going again. Hello.
What's wrong with it? What?
It's off-putting. You sound too. I don't know. It sounds like your balls have dropped finally after all these years.
I'm gonna fucking hit you with the goddamn.
You've hit it. You hit a new octave that was impressive. Jesus Christ. So what have you been up to? Anything good and exciting?
Not really.
I mean, did you not get a new PC or anything?
I got a new PC, all right.
All right.
Not by choice either, sadly.
Oh, you say that. You say that. So you're
right. I could have continued with the fucking nightmare. That was my fucking old machine.
Well, that is true. That is true. But no, I kind of like the new look for your PC. It makes it's better than the old PC that your brother built. I mean, seriously.
And the one I built.
I mean, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, so is Dragon ransoming somebody? He might be. You never know. He, as you can see, there, man, Squatch. He needs a new PC.
God damn it! That's not my PC. That's not my PC at all.
Are we sure about that?
I'm positive. Okay,
oh God! No, honestly, when I saw that on our little behind-the-scenes Discord, I could have swore that was done by your brother.
I mean, look, we both know the shit show that is his build.
Yes, I remember the shit show of his build. My God, I mean, that one looks a lot more safer than what he actually built.
So Sparky's over in his chat over there, huh?
Well, we're like all over the place. So we're at his channel, our channels. I mean, this is one of those things. I mean, I could probably move up the streamer so we can stream in 12 different places at one time.
Jesus Christ!
I know, I know, right? I as well as now we can stream on X or Twitter or whatever it's supposed to be called. I mean, we could stream at Elon's place.
That could or could not be a bad thing.
What could possibly go wrong with Elon's place? It's not like we're going to be hooking up with his AI attempt at Chat GPT.
We might, just for the giggles.
Have you heard of the shit show that is his thing called Rock?
This is 100% news to me. All right.
Yeah, it decided to go 100% lefty.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. So Grok is the interactive AI that's available for those who subscribe on the X or Twats, and it's kind of was scraping all of the data from that particular service, which was X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And though it was supposed to be more of a centralist kind of neutral kind of thing, like veered hard left. It is so far left that it makes ChatGPT look like a kind of like a neutral party almost, like a soft Republican. No, sorry, soft Democrat. That's where I'm supposed to be. My brain's all over the place. Soft Democrat. That is. So yeah.
Jesus.
Yes. Yes. So it was a thing. It's still a thing. Apparently, though it's still new. He's still working on it. But yeah, it tells you that a man is a woman and a woman is still questionable as however you identify. All the talking points, the high points from the left cards. Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
I know. And as I mentioned before, Penn is now doing recorded shows, which is impressive. which is impressive. She's actually doing something.
We'll see how long that lasts.
I always say that. We always have to wait and find out for the most part. You just never know. You just never know where it's going to go next.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to last that long.
You would think. So, how much money you got to ransoming? The person's kidneys.
I'm sorry. I was supposed to ransom those.
Well, you want to start small. I mean, if you don't, if you
I should probably.
kidneys are the easier ones to sell off or ransom off.
You see,
Everybody needs a kidney.
Everyone does. The problem is, I don't have the kidney to ransom anymore.
Oh.
I don't have that.
I mean, it could be far, far worse, I guess. It could be far, far worse.
I mean, I might have ate it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Doing that AI.
I know. I love the AI stuff. It's all over the place. You never know what's going to happen next. Jesus. As AI is becoming more and more of an advanced idea, a lot more people are freaking out for the most part. And so much so that AI has gotten itself involved into the Japanese circuit to a point where I don't know. Seems like localization will be now AI
going
driven.
away.
Speaking of AI, hey Sparky, welcome back to the real world.
What's up, guys?
Not much.
Did you
Dragon is
get lost on the way?
ransoming off kidneys, and you're
No.
producing
I'm
babies.
not ransoming off kidneys. I'm eating kidneys.
Fine,
Dragon.
Lord.
We gotta talk about that voice.
What's wrong?
I just can't.
Why not?
I mean, I feel like I'm watching, cold cases in 1990.
No. What you actually are watching?
I don't know.
No. What you're watching in real time is a very bad version of Squid Game.
Yeah, probably is.
What the? Now we're listening to the Peanuts, an updated version.
I
know, right?
But no, yeah, we are back.
I know.
This was the plan all along.
It was the plan. Yes. I murdered. No, I resurrected ourselves after the long, winter. God, this the weird shit. Months have gone by. It feels like it's only been a month.
Only a month. But no, a lot of crazy shit has happened, especially on my end of things. A lot of wild shit's happened.
Do tell.
Should I tell? Do I really need?
I mean,
to
you're
tell?
already here. I mean, what
tell?
could possibly go wrong? I mean, it's one of those things. You never know what could possibly go wrong whatsoever.
What in the fuck are you looking at?
What I'm just looking at our little discords behind the scenes.
Oh, I looked at the screen and said, what the fuck are you showcasing? That was the attempt at Pippa AI, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No.
The fuck?
Okay, now
I could probably deal with that one. I could probably deal with that one a little bit better, Dragon.
You sure?
How about no? Okay.
Speaking of no, hello, Jevers. Welcome to the world.
You just suck at making Pippa AI.
No, it's just the factor that AI is also is very questionable when it comes down to making rabbit ladies.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not wrong. What the fuck is with your screen, Jim?
Oh, well, that is, his attempt at, the village peoples.
Because I did make a cover of YMCA with Jim, so.
He did.
That was fully animated.
Eventually.
No, fair. But, I mean, I'm just pointing out the fact that what the fuck's going on there?
Well, he has, the entire crew.
He has Jim as the police officer. He has Matt Jabo as the gay guy in the letter,
The biker, the gay
guy.
biker. You have
He
Andy
has
Worski
Worski.
as his true form, the chief.
Yeah.
You got
PPP
Haberman,
or
who is in the
Hey-
background there. You can't miss him. He's the army guy, the GI.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who the construction worker is. If it's PPP or I don't know.
I think that's supposed to be King of Pole.
That is not a really flattering picture for him.
I mean, technically, he's not a really flattering individual. And then we have the cowboy himself, the fat man, the man in charge, the man who found himself all the way in the hearts of the people of Mexico, the one and only
Mexico.
Yes, they're getting powerful one with the man purse. That is Ralph Brigham
That's fucking
Ethan.
Ralph.
Yes, Ralph Ethan.
That's after he got beat up in Portugal and had his man post stolen.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, see, I never saw that look of him beaten and broken.
Wow, you did. You don't. Wow, that was a beautiful thing. He actually kind of had to wear sunglasses for a while.
I don't pay attention to Ralph that much.
No one pays attention to Ralph unless he shits himself.
Listen to you right now, Dragon. I feel like I need to start looking around the door and monitoring power levels and possibly security cameras, because I feel like some animatronic shenanigans are gonna start happening.
Even better. I've been fucking around with a voice modulator. Can you tell?
No, we can't.
Really,
we cannot tell.
But I just haven't played with all the voices yet.
You say that.
There's
I
a
feel
lot.
like you have.
No, just a few. Literally just a few.
Just a few. Just a few.
I even downloaded like 4 to add into it.
Okay.
all right. Anyways, let's I got a story to tell, I guess. Or you were asking about how
I gave you options. I left the floor open to you guys to throw down your stories. I was leading Dragon into his story that he just kind of got segued by you by, so it's all good.
Well, I mean, does Dragon even matter?
No. Well, he's having issues with his telephone and the ability to ransom people.
Yeah.
So I mean,
hello. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's.
Oh my goodness.
Turn this one on.
What the fuck, sir? Really? Now you decided to go completely animatronic? I mean, seriously.
I'm fucking full fuck with Sparky there.
No, you sound like that one thing from like the last Starfighter. That sounded like it was about to throw up on everybody.
Yeah. Also very female.
No.
The computer.
Whenever I hear Dragon right now, I just imagine, do you want to play a game? Come on.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
That is the other one. Yeah. So
say that Dragon in the most robotic way possible. Just
do you like to play a game?
Yeah.
Do you want to play a game?
Nah.
Huh.
No.
I don't think it's picking me up.
It is.
It did, but it didn't sound very robotic.
But
I did. I fucking did.
You changed
so
it.
I downloaded a whole bunch of what Biden said today, his clips, and for some reason TikTok labeled everything Biden said as hate speech. So yeah, that was fun.
It's Biden. Should you be surprised?
I mean, I guess I was like, wow. I guess TikTok doesn't like Biden. So I thought that was funny.
Surprised?
I mean, I wish I was surprised on that. I mean, it's Biden.
That dancing jelly.
But no, I have talked about it a little bit, but yeah.
Okay, well, Sparky talks. We can watch the dancing pudding.
Oh God. Well, it appears that me and Captain Hook are gonna be expecting a little one in July. So,
boy
or girl, or are we gonna have a gender reveal party?
We don't know.
It's a pumpkin.
It's only 3 months long.
It identifies as a pumpkin.
It identifies as an engine.
Does it go?
Not wrong.
Diesel or gas? We're not quite sure yet. So
Definitely not
Yeah.
electric. That's for sure.
Anyways, there is that little tidbit of information. I've said this beforehand, and I don't know if I'm going to what the future's going to hold. I'm going to continue doing some of the AI covers I've been doing,
Yes.
but as far as like anything else, I'm not gonna dedicate streaming or anything like that. I'm not gonna make dedicated videos like I used to do. It's probably just gonna be, if you see live streaming on this channel, it's probably gonna be Rogue initiating it, and I may or may not be here, just depending. Because like today, walking over, I just got home like 10 minutes ago. So
Well, I kind of I'm surprised that you showed
I
up
gotta get that overtime. So
Well, duh. You gotta make that money, honey.
yeah, but no, yeah, speaking of the AI covers, notice on the channel there's one of a poll. Surprisingly enough, he actually likes it. And wants me to do Scatman next. So I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to, but at least he's not, threatening to drive to my house and threatening with stuff like other people.
Oh, but Sparky,
So
you know he's not going to try to drive to your house to do a whole gay ops on you. You're the AI guy. You can make his life interesting, or
Maybe he just finds it fascinating what you can do.
Well, I mean, it's funny. I find it real funny because he used one of my covers to kind of attack Jim. So I just find it real humorous, and I also find it real humorous too on how I ended up making that cover. Also, it's not really that controversial because to me, I've kind of moved away and moved on from this whole deal. But apparently, Maya, or known as Metokur Friendbot, wanted asked somebody named Polyfrog if they could make a cover of one of 3 songs. Rhythm of the Night was one of them. But Polyfrog doesn't do the music covers. He only generates voices, and he's only done, I think, Metokur and maybe a couple other people. Now, I don't really know, and I've got to state this clearly because I had to do this multiple times on fucking Twitter. I don't really know who Polyfrog is. I know who Friendbot is. Me and Friendbot really don't get along that well. But regardless of that, that's kind of in the past for me. We get along, we don't get along, it's whatever. But anyways, he ended up tagging me in that thread and is like, you need to ask me. Well, I went ahead and said, sure, why not? Sounds fun. And that's how that ended up happening. And I mean, it turned out good. A lot of people like it. A lot of people shared it. The man himself, Ken Poll, commented, hell, he threw a couple dollars my way because he liked it. So, yeah, I mean, I just find it odd and weird.
You find it odd yet weird. I mean, are you going to be like Rachel Ziegler? Weird. Yeah.
But no, yeah, we had all that, had a couple other things. It's been fascinating what that cover did. It brought a lot of, let's just say it generated a lot of chatter online that was real interesting to watch. And it was real interesting to see a lot of people kind of get slammed in the corner with a lot of bullshit that was being spread around. So that went absolutely nowhere. And it caused a couple fights, a couple rifts with other couple different people. I don't know. It's just so fucking complicated. And that can be stupid at times. I'll just put it like that.
Were you ending people's relationships today?
When do we never start ending people's relationships with anything?
We woke up and chose violence. Come on.
Wait, today? What do you mean?
I mean, it is today. I mean, we wanted to start the year.
This
with
happened
a
like a
bang,
week
and,
ago.
You know,
this happened before the new year.
No, so you started the new year off ending relationships.
Well, we ended the year with fucking around with people, and we decided to begin the new year with ending everything that we started.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I mean, it makes sense.
Completely.
And have fun and mocking the internet. That's basically what we're supposed to do, isn't it? Right? I mean, isn't it the Jim? Isn't it the Jim way of doing things?
Well,
that was my way at least. I've been mocking.
I find it interesting because I've had some people really, really, really try to put me on Kiwi Farms because, oh God, this guy did this guy did that. Only to turn around and have people on Kiwi Farms like the shit I do and actually shout out Maddie or Mad at the End at Archive, or I believe they go by Big Mama on Kiwi Farms.
Yeah, it's always about Mama.
Yeah, but well, I don't know if it's him.
Them.
I don't know.
Just
But me
go
and
with
them, me and them actually talked a little bit about AI covers because I guess he's one of the big ones that does the Josh Core covers for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So he hasn't trained a voice. He's used other voices that other people's made for that. But it's it's interesting to talk to people because, like I said, I've talked to AI Garbage. I've talked to Senju from Evangelion. I've talked to a couple other ones that do these song covers, and we all have kind of the same base process, but we kind of have different ways of going about doing it. It's more interesting because you can get all sorts of different different effects and different outcomes from it. So I really still want to do a in-depth video of like getting 3 or 4. I could do it. I could do it with Maddie Archive. I could do it with Senju from Evangelion. I could do it with AI Garbage and myself, and basically come up with a criteria of, okay, let's pick a person, the same person. So it'd be like, either Josh from Kiwi Farms or Metokur, or just someone.
Mm-hmm.
Someone we all have the voice of. And we just, we pick a voice, we pick a song, and all 4 of us just kind of get together and do it the way we make songs and put it out and see what the differences are.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that'd be real interesting to see. Will they be similar? Will they be different? Will some be better? Will some be worse? Will they all be the same? It's an interesting premise in my book to go through and look at.
It would be. It's one of those things when it comes down to AI. As AI seems to be becoming more and more advanced, things become more and more interesting. Because right now I'm actually playing with a new piece of software. Best way I can explain this. So you know how we have AIs that can make music. We have AIs that can speak.
Yeah.
Well, now we've got AIs actually singing.
Yeah, there's I believe there was I think Reality Winning, which is somebody I know from Divinity side of stuff. Oh, Winning Reality, that was his name. He's got a program or app or a web service, I don't know, that actually generates music and puts lyrics behind it.
I know. I have one of those for just as a sample.
In this city of lights, where dreams take flight, I dance through the streets under a neon haze.
Why am I feel like I'm listening to night music?
I was thinking 80s.
Pretty
No,
close.
this is
But
90s.
the thing, here's
This,
the
this
thing.
would be early 90s.
The 90s didn't come to Canada. Well, the 80s didn't come to Canada until the 90s. So.
No, actually, we were ahead of the game.
It's too poppy. It's got that 90s poppy vibe, not really 80s.
Well, it is kind of within the year of the late 80s to the early 90s before the actual crossover, before the game crossover over. So you have that transitioning of different sounds now, but it is kind of following the synthetic shit that happened back in its day, which kind of clubby-ish sound for the most part. But
Yeah,
that
clubby.
was the take on that one.
Well, it kind of reminds me. Oh, there's a soundtrack I used to listen to all the time when I was in elementary growing up, where it was 90s hit covers, and it just that tone just kind of reminds me of some of the songs that was in it.
Yeah, because if I kind of take a stab, you were probably within the early portions of the 90s when you hit late elementary to early high school.
Oh no! One more community guidelines violation on TikTok, and they'll take my channel away.
Okay.
Oh no! Do it again.
How dare you
so
do
upset.
that, Jim X? How dare you do that? But yeah, no, I've been looking around the interwebs. I found programs, and I found this one, which is quite interesting. And yeah, it actually generates the music based off the lyrics that I can either input myself or let it generate.
All right. Cool. Can you change the voice, or
It changes the voice to whatever style. I mean, seriously.
so you can make something in the theme of Metokur, and if it doesn't give it the voice, I could just put Metokur's voice behind it.
You could probably do that. Yes, I have to go into a little bit more research on how far I can push this piece of software, and what limitations they decided to give. But realistically, there are a few different options. Like you can download a sample voice, and it will actually do the singing.
Sweet.
Can you do in the style of Gilligan's Island?
In the style of which?
Gilligan's Island?
I would not know. I would have to see how far this pushes.
It's like,
Remember,
the
this
song
is
revamp.
Yeah, probably. But like I said, this is kind of all over the place when it comes down to it. Like I said, they're pushing up more and more AI shit. More and more stuff is coming to the
what was
surface,
it?
and I'm looking at all this data, and I'm like going, "Oh my god, this is a smorgasbord. Where do I begin?"
Well,
I feel like a
the
fat
thing.
man in all you
Here's
can
the
eat
interesting
buffet.
thing. Yes, while that's all happening, what was it? Bill Gates, all the companies, Nvidia, all of them are pushing towards AI, AMD, and that's what their graphics cards are pushing towards in their computer processors.
I knew that going forward.
Oh, we all knew this.
That was basically why. That's why they were pretty much pushing up the TIs in that.
I mean,
all for artificial.
Here's the thing. This reminds me of how basically Bitcoin started out. At first, there was a slow trickle. And we've had what, AI, deepfakes, and all this other shit for about 15 years. We had a slow trickle, and then all of a sudden, boom! And then for like 10 years, it was the biggest thing, and then all of a sudden it died. So like I'm predicting this thing's death in about 5 to 10 years.
Hey, welcome there, Wesley. I don't think AI is going to be dying. Unlike
it's not going to be dead, but it's not going to be as big.
No.
Well,
actually,
so here's the differences. And it's actually real easy to distinguish the differences between crypto and AI. So, one, crypto was a form of currency that you could do, trading or buying and stuff like that. AI is literally apply it to anything.
Yeah, and here's why I'm saying it's going to fuck up. They're going to start trying to restrict it and what it can do, and they're already starting.
Actually, no, they're not going to try to restrict it. Here's the people who are going to try to restrict it. The unions are going to try to restrict it until the unions can find a way to make money. The businesses want to make money.
No, they want to make money, and I'm not saying they don't, but the thing is, they don't want it to do certain things.
Like what?
Yeah.
like be able to be used against a certain political party, or
they can if they've already done it. They've already used it against political parties
on both sides.
No, that's why I said they're going to try.
No, they already tried to restrict it a decade ago when this first came out.
Like I said, I'm not saying it's going to be completely dead. I'm just going to say it's not going to be as popular eventually. It's going to happen. It's a new toy, and eventually we'll get tired.
No, because eventually the AI is just going to take over and do it itself.
Well, then we'll be dead, so it won't matter.
That's the whole idea, Jim. Well, this has already been.
One of two things. Like I said, we're going to lose interest in it somehow.
We won't, because of the fact
that
might be
just
AI has already been embedded into a lot of our technology. It's been around for a decade.
I'm saying it's an interesting toy for right now, and that's how I see it. I mean, it's fun.
Well, all right. All black pilliness aside, let's look at it like this, because there was a post on Victory a couple days ago about a expo that was having artists there to sell their commissioned walks, and I know Maddie kind of commented on this one, but I see a lot of artists kind of praising it because there's restrictions on AI generated walks, and when they defined AI generated walks, they kind of just left it like ambiguous, like anything that AI can be used to generate anything within the picture. I'm sitting there going, you do realize Clip Art Studios and Photoshop uses this for a lot of the pen tools, right? So where does that rule and distinction end? Because if that's the case, anyone using any kind of digital art programs is technically using that, and then they use it to them anything that's not copyrightable, and it's like, well, then again, same thing with a lot of artists, because this artist that's probably gonna be selling like One Piece commissions that they've done, or Final Fantasy commissions, or Studio Ghibli commissions of characters and stuff like that, and it's like, well, technically,
yeah,
I mean, your rules are so ambiguous that can be applied to everyone. So it's like, yeah, you got to be a little bit more nuanced, bro. Your rule setment. And I had somebody comment on that. It's like, well, any person with common sense can see what they mean. And it's like, yeah, well, they also thought that with
anybody with common sense, please explain what is considered.
It's sense. Like, yeah, it's well, like they also.
It's like asking. Hang on, give me a second. It's like asking the question of what is a woman? Define a woman.
Yeah.
So
same thing.
With common sense, you would think you'd be able to answer the question, but you can't anymore. So continue.
Yeah, common sense is kind of flew out the window and door, but it's pretty clear that a county fair.
It's like defining normal. What was ever normal?
Well, it's like competitions at the county fair that had that one piece that was submitted in that had AI generated art. And I will say, yes, unfairly run the competition, but it's at the same thing. They tried to also, after the fact, go, well, it's disqualified. Well, you didn't specify that.
You didn't specify what kind of what style of art. You didn't have it in it. You had it in open field so that anybody with whatever skill set.
And I think we also made that argument too, because it wasn't just because they were pitting like paintings with sketches, with pen, with digital, with abstract, with it was all together lumped up into one thing, and it's like, yeah, that's a little bit on your guys' fault. Same thing with this. And it's like saying, oh, you can't use AI generating tools for your commission pieces. Well, I guess no one gets to sell anything.
Pretty much.
Unless you go down and you draw it by hand, I guess nobody gets to sell anything.
No,
because at the end of the day, if you're using a tool if you're using a pen or a stylus with a certain feature on it, either it draws a big line, or you got ones that when you draw, you can draw ribbon lines. So as you're drawing it, it generates ribbons for frilly dresses and stuff like that. Same thing with eccentric lines and shaping tools, morphing tools. They all use types of generative AI to make those effects.
Correct. I mean, and that is the one thing about AI currently. There is a lot of positive that goes with it, and the reason why I say that this particular trend is not going to go away anytime soon is that it's been integrated into our system for quite some time, and it's getting to a point where it's actually predicting the rise and falls of stock trades, which means that it's making money. So the issue that comes with is what's considered misinformation or the exploitation of information, which is a good thing in a military structure, but a bad thing if you want to consider it for political issues, if you want to go on within the GMX kind of theory of things. But we've already had this kind of attack, the political sides, whether it be conservative, Republican, Democrat, or whatever your choice of political position. So and to a point where the Chinese use it to spew propaganda that's pro-Chinese on TikTok.
Well, it's already been done, so.
No, that's what I mean. To a point where that's what it's used to, and there's two different versions of TikTok that utilizes different forms of AI algorithmic data. So the more and more that we deal with smartphones and interactions with the social media for the most part, the further and further we're inundated with more and more versions of AI, to a point where we don't even know what is real and what is not.
Well, not only that, it's the proverbial, the genie's out of the bottle. The source code for this stuff is the source code for ChatGPT is out there. The source code for OpenAI is out there. The source code for any of these AI generating, it's out there.
Correct.
It's everyone has access to it, and it can act as a lot of it's web based because it's a lot resource. AI is resource intensive for a system. Any
Correct.
system. It's highly intensive on mine whenever I train a voice. But it could be web-based or it could be local. And there are a lot of people doing the AI Pippa art, they're using local software. So even if you wanted to come through and go, okay, well, regulating this, you can't do this, and this. How do you regulate that whenever it's going on somebody else's computer? You can't.
Yeah. And in order for AI to truly die, you have to turn yourself away from anything electronical.
Yeah. Well, it's like the big question is because Terminator is actually a real fascinating story with a really unsatisfactory end to it, because
that's because no one knows how to write a story.
Well, I'll say this take will be a little bit controversial, but the ending to Terminator 3 was pretty much spot on. Because how do you defeat something that's in everything?
I don't know. Maybe you can ask Tom Selleck. He found
solar flare.
Yep, that is basically the biggest thing right there. The solar flare would probably do the more damage overall, because that just kind of kills.
I mean, here's the thing about it: like an EMP, a man-made EMP, will take out is very possible. It could take out 90% of the world, no problem.
Well, yeah, no, that's why I say if you look at Runaway, which is a good example of that, you kind of go down that road.
Well, you kind of also look at it too is what it gets to a point where AI is like Brainiac.
Yeah,
there's no getting rid of it.
No, and that's basically where we're inundated. Henceforth, all the new smartphones have AI integrated into it. All the new software that's going to be produced in the future for all of our computing power will have AI integrated into it.
cars have it integrated in it. Right now, PACCAR is actually integrating AI into the ECMs because we're running into an issue on PACCAR engines with to meet stringent emissions regulations, the injectors were redesigned. But the problem is, and it's a combination of a couple different things, that the impurities and additives, impurities in fuels, additives they put in fuels, the material that lines fuel lines and the fuel injectors are made out of are creating particulates that are creating soft deposits within these injectors that's causing delayed injections, which causes the engine to kind of misfire and run rough and stuff like that. Well, this is an issue with the new PACCAR engines that's been happening for like the last year and a half with no solution in sight, because the way the PACCAR engines are designed, you calibrate the injectors and the injectors stay with that calibration and doesn't do anything to change it until you actually initiate it to change again. How we fix them is we flush the system out, recalibrate the injectors, and you go on from there. The temporary solution and fix for this is to add a fuel additive every fill up to the tanks, and a new software update that actually on the fly with AI recalibrates the injectors as needed driving down the road. Now, that's not the permanent fix, but that's what they're doing right now with it. So,
well anyway, speaking of injection of AI, hey Pen.
Hi.
How you doing over there in the pen world?
I'm gonna be back and forth, so all right. Just getting dinner.
All right, that's good to hear. I mean,
Pen on the
you
stream
getting
with
food is nothing new and exciting that we haven't heard before. I mean, I'm surprised, Wesley hasn't commented on that one. Give him time.
Give him about 30 more seconds.
Yeah, he'll catch up and kind of go pen and food. What a shocker, or something on that basis. But speaking of shocker and integrated AI, we kind of roll back to something the Dragon wanted to cover.
What?
Do you remember what it was there, Dragon? Do you remember?
About the localizers and all that? Yeah. What about it?
Okay. Well, you no need. She knows, of course, right? So, well, you've got the floor. Please dance.
I kind of I don't remember because I fucking drowned out at some point.
So AI is coming to manga as well as human translator, that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, fucking the fact that they're getting rid of Japan's probably going to end up getting rid of the need for localization because they are going to be using AI to translate subs and manga. Like the first one coming out is actually, I think it was, what fucking manga was it called again?
I know what the one you're talking about. I don't remember the title.
Well, it's one of their. There's a manga coming out right now. It's going to have use AI for translations on it. I want to say it's called like Sorcerer's Wife or something like that.
The Mage's
the
Mage's Bride.
And they're not really happy about it.
No, I can't imagine.
Well, okay, so from what I can read in this particular article that I have pulled up, it looks like it's going to be doing the relettering for a Nika Oji, which is the guy that got reincarnated as a cat.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then because you'll be having the English language version as well as the Japanese that's also going to be being released. Plus, it looks like Orange estimates that currently 100 volumes of manga are translated from Japanese to English each month across the industry in the current system. And if they look at this way going forward, it's going to help the industry to multiply that by 10. So instead of 100 mangas being, localized in different languages, they can do thousands.
Yeah, they're looking at also making more money
within a few years. So that could be okay. Let's do an estimation that a translated book will take maybe three days to a week to make sure everything is somewhat correct, even if you half-ass it, 24 hours. So within 24 hours to 7 days, that book is translated and then gets mass printed and then shipped out. So instead of 100 books being, they'll take a month or whatever because of the lazy localizer who want to throw their political agendas and shit like that. No. You give it to a machine. The machine, you say, hey, translate this. It spits out its translation, and you just mass print that motherfucker. So yeah, I could see this being a win. It's gotta fail every now and then, but this is the reason why. If you take your time and do your basic due diligence and make sure that the translation comes up properly and it sounds grammatically correct, but before you push it out, you're going to avoid a lot of those errors. But if you just, quickly translate it, process it, ship it out, you're still going to get some errors here and there, but it's going to be funny as hell or better than half the shit being pushed out by, half the work.
So here's the thing. I know with Japanese translating to English, there's a lot of words and caricatures that does not translate well into English, and there's a lot of them that just when you put them in the English language does not make sense. I'm completely 100% fine and okay with that. That's what I kind of expect. I know that there's translation issues between English and Japanese. I'm fine with that. What I have an issue with is the politicalization, adding jokes, taking stuff out, taking references out, and the infamous in my day growing up as a kid, watching Brock on screen holding up a rice roll. Does anyone want a jelly donut? And kids going, that's not a donut.
It's funny, right?
What?
This got a lot of attention because Asmongold was
Asmongold's a fucking idiot.
Wait.
Oh no, wait.
No, hang, before you continue, Dragon. One, it's not Asmongold, it's asshole old.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a couple. Hang
on, now go to Dragon. Let him finish.
Right.
So it got a lot of attention because you remember the Dragon Maid anime?
I know the patriarchal bullshit. I know.
Yeah.
This is something that's been talked about for like
it has,
7 years.
All right. It has, but this is something he only discovered a week ago.
He only discovered because he likes to plug his ears and go la 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 la. He knew about it. He didn't believe anyone about it and didn't look into it. He's a fucking idiot.
Then someone said then he actually saw the actual clip and was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, but that's asshole old. That's what he does best. He larps like he's a regular person when we all know that he's
makes more money.
Found
he's
millionaire.
He's a Norbie.
He's a found millionaire who just happened to get big on the interwebs.
Yeah. To me, in my opinion, I think people like Asmongold just need yeeted, and nobody needs to fucking listen to him.
I mean, I have.
He still believes the Space Forge computer symbol is a hammer and not a dildo. So
yeah, I know, right?
I mean, I have to agree with Sparky on this one. He should just be yeeted because he just refuses to accept reality in front of him.
So much so that he doesn't want to accept the fact that he's going bald.
Oh no!
So much so that he contradicts himself on the regular anytime he talks. And I don't remember the name of the gentleman that you continuously shill out, but I do know of him. And he's
77, yeah. I want to say Russian, but I know it's not. He's within that area. Kind of not Ukrainian, probably not really Poland, but somewhere in that area.
Foreign. He's foreign. Well,
he's
Polish? We'll just leave it at that. Okay. What foreign? We'll just
go with that.
Foreign.
Yeah.
But so much so he makes a point to basically mock What's Critical, Asmongold, Someone Nary Gamer, and some other people because of the contradictions and double speaks on the regular.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
What we do. So
yes.
Yeah, because if I do remember right, Asmongold had to take that translators were the best friend ever, and they did what was best for the consumer for translation needs, even though he had people screaming in his chat at him, telling them, no, this is a thing back 3, 4, 5 years ago, and they just got banned for it because you don't know what you're talking about. He knows what he's talking about, and he goes on for it.
Yeah, that's because he mass bans everybody that goes against his narrative, and then when somebody actually, when one big donator puts out some really hard money and he has to look at it, then he changes his tune.
Yeah, the problem is he just can't stay consistent with it. Well, a lot of these big creators, they can't stay consistent with any of their values or says or anything like that. It's like, Asmongold's been one of the big advocates of, don't steal content and stuff like that. But
he does it on the day.
Yeah, he does it all the goddamn fucking time. He goes and he criticizes MRF and everyone else, and it's just lazy, just reaction.
Yet he is one of the biggest, laziest fucking YouTubers out there.
But he's a reaction content creator too.
I steal people's content all the time. I just don't give a shit.
No, but again, look,
I don't post it as my own.
You don't want if you went and say, "Well, I don't do that." When you know damn well you do.
I know.
It's the fact of saying you don't do something, but yet you turn around and do it like 5 minutes later.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't steal Sparky's song. I just made it better.
You can say that.
I put the dancing Kelly on it. It was better.
Time out. Yeah, I was like, it goes like this because now you're making the stupid Jack's Films argument of, you just stole my it's like, all right, let's say Rogue was the one doing the rewalk on the video, which technically he did on my channel.
I did.
But, yeah,
I borrowed your creation and I put it behind something I thought was a lot more interesting.
Yeah, so it's the same argument of you go up the road. Oh, you just stole Sparky's content. Well, I think it was stolen.
No, I told you I did a thing, and you said, "Oh fuck," and then it's up there now.
That's one of
the things I got on TikTok a lot. You're like, you stole somebody's, It's like, no. They had it posted on Twitter. I made it so it could be posted on TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah,
and by changing it enough to where it was acceptable by their policies, even though sometimes they're like, "Oh, that violates our policies," and I'm like, "How? Hate speech?
Well,
where's the fucking hate speech?"
Well, not only that, it's like someone there, gamer is. I'll give 3 instances of someone there, gamer being contradictory. The first one would be with reaction content because he was one of those big ones against like Sniper Wolf and Jack's Film's right, and Sniper Wolf is stealing content and stuff like that. Yet he has a friend named Metokur that does the exact same goddamn thing. So there's one contradiction. You have a second contradiction of, he wants to go out and call the completionist a charity fraud, scammer, and stuff like that. oh well, they took this money. He took this money for charity, and yeah, he might have used these funds for like internal things that what you're supposed to do, but he didn't use the money for what he said it for, so he's charity fraud. But yet doesn't say a goddamn word fucking Keemstar about the charity they run, and then all the funds that they took from that charity, instead of putting it to charity, a small amount to charity, he used to pay everyone that watched the event. Nothing said about that one. And third one, about utilizing the DMCA systems.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You know, it's
I mean,
really
like I said before, when it comes down to them, mum's the word. But when it comes down to people that they don't like, they're gonna, you know, spew whatever bullshit that they want. Like for example, the current Muda thing that he has on Logan Paul and the crypto zoo. Look, if the Paul brothers or Logan himself decided to do this fucking scam shit, which is whatever, it's another day ending with Y for this motherfucker, and he makes bank off of it. What other different, I don't know, industry doesn't do exactly the same thing? Fuck me. Did the motherfucker not only say that if you're a dumb asshole or a dumb idiot who decided to get some retarded monkey, it's all on you? Yet he wants Logan Paul to stand at a different level just because he's what, a popular YouTuber? Fuck that shit. Same bullshit going throughout. If you're dumb enough to fall for the crypto scam, you're dumb enough to be parted from your money. You should never have had it in the first place.
Yeah. Sure. Well, and like another thing with like Moist Critical Asthma going on them, some of their gamers real bad about this, you know, bitching and complaining about the TOS all the time. You know, they whine and cry about other people. Oh, this person needs banned, this person needs removed, this person needs punishments. But yet whenever somebody's pointing out on there, oh well, no, that's different on this part. And it's like it's a double-edged sword, fuckhead. And it's like, you know, I understand that the rules are gray for a reason and for good reason. But also on the other hand, I also understand that, you know, like at any time, content on my channel or content on one of our channels could hit terms of service.
Yeah.
And that happens, it's like, okay, we fucked up. I don't think anyone of us is going to bitch, whine, moan, and groan. Oh my god, you know, we got hit because we said the R word or the F word or, you know, whatever. Be like, yep, that happened. Okay,
it happens. Move on. We will try to
I'm
make
retarded.
amends.
We're allowed to say the
like,
word. I give you permission.
Well, we got that too. But somebody might be offended on your behalf because you do identify as trans. So
yeah, those motherfuckers want to get involved in somebody else's bullshit.
I am retarded, so therefore,
we know that. We know that you're special, Erica. We can see your picture. I mean, really.
but on the other hand, it's like I've had this argument leveled against me because you know I made the argument for, you know, following terms of service. It's a double-edged sword and stuff like that.
It is,
but yeah, they point. Some people's pointing to the fact of, oh well, I bitch, whine, moan, and groan whenever my channel got DMCA'd by a company, you know, because oh well, I was clearly selling content, and it's like, well, one, a company had no rights to that content whatsoever.
Yeah.
Two, I went through the process. I'm still waiting on the fucking summons to court. I'm still waiting for the officer. I'm still waiting for the officer to come to my door to issue me the I lied under penalty of perjury to this German company of I own this content, which I never said anyways. But you know, I'm still waiting for that, which has not come. There's a difference between something like that and filing a terms of service report. If you find somebody violating terms of service, report them. if you see somebody like, streaming new content on YouTube, fuck, report them. That's what the fucking report button's there. Report them. If you feel like that is breaking terms of service, that's what it's there for. Services like the DMCA, that's a little bit different because that falls underneath the guise of law. And that's I've had people, and like Mudaha has made the blaring contradiction of, it's all part terms of service. No, not really, because YouTube doesn't have to implement DMCA underneath terms of service. They have to implement it underneath the law. No, they have to do that to stay within safe harbor provisions. Otherwise, they lose it.
So, I mean, that is basically the rule set of YouTube for the most part. This is the reason why people don't understand YouTube. It's because they have to follow within a certain guidelines of the safe harbor crap. So, and they're going to try to push the line a little bit to see how far they can go before crossing it. But so
we're seeing
that's why they have their own fucking lobbyists.
Time out. We're seeing this play out in real time with fucking Twitch. What are you talking about? No, they've made more policy changes in the last fucking month than they have in the entire fucking year. And
I know. It's beautiful. I love it. No, and this is the reason why this is where I'm like everywhere yet nowhere all at once. So it's like the moment we were told on the Twitch, we can't cross stream. Fuck that shit. I'm cross streaming. I'll be seen everywhere.
You can't be a partner in cross streaming. Then they said you can't cross stream, and like everybody's still cross streaming.
Yes, and then they changed the rule on that one, and then
they changed the rule.
You have to wait like 24 hours before you put your shit up on the other channel. No one did that. So,
and then they said, "Oh, you can be artistically nude," and they take that one back too.
Yeah.
And when the boogie went on there, but they were like, "We have made a mistake."
Yeah, pretty much.
I will give it to Boogie. He
no. The funny thing is they made a mistake by allowing some guy to actually draw furry porn. That is what's literally changed everything. The furry shit. And then they decided to they allowed a certain meta to exist, which was that black bar ship that women were doing. And so Boogie pushed that a little bit further, and because he has low hanging fat skin to protect his tiny pee-pee. It's microscopic. You probably need a magnifier in order to see what that fucker is.
All he needed was a dot.
I know. I mean, it's like a belly button. You wouldn't even be able to tell if that was an actual penis or his navel. So
God bless Buggy. I'll tell you.
I know, right? And so he decided to go that far, and he dropped trow with all this fat in front of him, so you couldn't even tell what was there. His pouch was covering everything, and so Twitch decided to yank him off, being ableist fucks that they are, which is beautiful, which is fucking beautiful. And they had to change that meta. They literally had to change that meta.
Yeah, here's the he fell with their rules, and then they punished him for it. Then they had to let him back on, which is hilarious.
Yeah, because they fucked up, and they changed that rule. So those black bars that women were exploiting, now that's a penalty.
You have to have a t-shirt on.
Yep. So I mean, look, this is beautiful. This is the reason of why I like the internet the way it is. I like to laugh at the internet. I've gotten to a point where I'm like going, why are we complaining about bullshit? Who the fucking cares whether Doctor Who's going to be gay or not? I don't fucking care anymore. Never did in the first place. You fucked up Doctor Who by introducing Tennant's multiple different regenerations without changing him. So I'm like, you just fucked up the continuity of that one, because now we got multiple different versions of David Tennant running around. So,
I mean, there's at least 4 David Tennants running around, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because remember, when now each generation is a bi-regeneration.
Yeah.
Remember, he regenerated back into himself. So
that Metacritic doctor has regenerated. Then you have him that's regenerated. So there's 4 of them. And then we have the new one that showed up. So that's now 5. There's 6 of them.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Well, no, from my understanding, it's worse than that. Basically, all 13 or 14 the motherfucker?
All the doctors have regenerated.
By regenerated.
Yeah. So
there's a minimum of 14.
Yeah. Technically, including the war doctor, he bi-generated. So now, I mean, literally, there's like there was 15 doctors, 16 if you want to include the war doctor, and now you have 30 roaming around. But with David Tennant, you have a set of 2, and then you have another set of 2, and then you have the 14th Doctor, which is another set. So you have 6 versions of David Tennant's Doctor. Mind-boggling.
Yeah, and you broke Dragon with that one because he's like, what?
I know. And the beautiful thing is, if we include the Timeless Child shit that happened on Chibnall's watch, well, we have countless.
All-time lords. We have all-time lords of these fuckers
that will continuously generate. So technically, Doctor Who has repopulated an entire society who was lost in a time vortex. He is literally the Time Lords now.
He's all the Time Lords.
He's all the Time Lords.
He's even he's all of them. He's now the Master and all of So
all the Time Lords are him, and he's all the Time Lords.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So
that's a thing now.
Yeah. Congratulations. I love this. Like I said, and then my personal favorite is all the people who are counter the narrative, the anti-SJW types who want, everything to go back the way it was, blah, 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 blah. But my stories, they're all kind of having a hissy fit, and I'm loving it. And the ones who are SJW for are also freaking out, and I'm loving that because of the fact this is hilarious shit going forward, because it's the amount of how much tractions they get, which equates to how much money they're earning. So it's all about the clicks, baby. It's all about the clicks. And what have I said the last year that's been big and important, that should be on a t-shirt, maybe on a mug or on a hat or something? It's all about dollars and cents.
And nobody has any sense.
Right.
Oh, that's got to go on a mug.
I know, right?
Nobody
has
sense
but I have
on
to
the
give it to
back.
an AI.
Oh no, you put it in the bottom of the mug, and nobody has any sense.
And nobody has any. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Fuck me. Oh god. But speaking of that's hilarity has enthused. So we remember that thing that everybody who's played D&D or a part of that entire incumbents of gaming. Well, it has been reported and confirmed that Wizard of the Coast has gathered up enough people to pretty much lay off because of a Hasbro massive layoff. So Wizard of the Coast had to lay off 1,100 employees. But check this out. The Hasbro CEO, Chris Cox, beautiful name, by the way, beautiful fucking name, has earned $9 million.
Oh yeah. All that.
Goddamn.
Yeah, they've lost their stock. Hasbro stock has dropped 50%. Mm-hmm. He's the head of Hasbro.
Yep. Right. So you have a downgrade in stock. You have a massive layoff, but the motherfucker was able to get $9 million.
I know, amazing, isn't it?
I know.
Jesus Christ.
And they're going to keep him on board for a lot longer. Jesus,
I know, they just renewed his contract right after this shit happened.
I know,
this is hilarious. I'm like, wow, apparently failure upwards is the thing at Hasbro.
I know. Now. Yet again, I love this. If you go across the board on the internet or whatever the rag mags that are out there that are no more better than wiping your computer screen against yourself and hope that you get rid of the smudge. They're all talking about this, and yet not one of them are really bitching at the factor that this motherfucker is walking away with $9 million. Maybe we could readdress this entire CEO shenanigans bullshit to a point. Yeah, there might be a smattering of people that are slightly upset, but let's be real.
Was it like
this is Wizard of the Coast? Who the fuck cares now?
Didn't they fire out of like the 99% of the people they fired were from Wizards of the Coast.
Yes,
and that was basically 99% of the company.
Yeah,
I did hear tell that some of them were also related to the Baldur's Gate game.
No, most of the people at Magic the Gathering, D&D, Baldur's Gate video game is a separate company.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate. Yeah, it is.
The Baldur's Gate 3 game?
Baldur's Gate is actually, here's the weird thing with Baldur's Gate. It's a license. So they're actually licensing out the actual IP to other people to make this game because they don't want it in-house. They want somebody else to deal with it.
Here was the funny thing. They made it for
game to actually put down a pretty good sizable penny in order to make this game.
Now they put down a pretty penny to make this game, but for the license, apparently they paid dick.
Who knows? They're saying, look, Lyrian Games is saying one thing. I don't know going forward because this is where the speculation comes into play. Until I get more data, I'm like going, they paid a pretty penny and played everybody to make money in return. Actually, the funnier thing is the factor that even though Starfield was a failure of a Bethesda game, which is not a shocker, but it's the most played game from the Bethesda lineup currently than Baldur's Gate 3. It has more playtime than Baldur's Gate 3.
Todd Howard's sad.
It's weird that more people have played this game hourly than Baldur's Gate 3. This is weird. This is fucking weird. You would think that you know, the game that's only good on who's only won a Steam award, which was for the most continuous or whatever imaginative game, which seems like a fucking PC meme at this point. Like, this is the most original game ever, and it's like, yeah, you fucked up. Or innovative. It was the most innovative game. That's what they won. Innovation. They won for innovation on Steam.
Was the innovation not being able to work most of the time?
Yeah, I know, right? That was the joke. Oh, fuck me.
I mean, that's the only thing I can find about that game, because a lot of people were bitching, why is this working? Oh, yeah, the character I was supposed to protect died. Can I continue on? Yes. Yeah. And it's talking as a corpse. What the fuck's going on?
I know, right? No, and the beautiful thing is the people who defend this particular game will be being introduced to a new patch for Starfield, which will include a pretty much a consumer shop so that you can purchase new mods and shit.
Well, we know that those mods aren't going to work because the modding community was like, we can't make this work. So.
Oh, beautiful thing is anytime that any modder who is on the Bethesda list of will mod this game for you, anytime that Bethesda updates their game, it breaks the mod. But because morons like out there, we'll say like Wesley, who puts their hard dollars and cents on these fucking mods for this game breaks because of the mod breaks because of an update. And the modder who made this game said, you know what, I'm not going to update it. You've just wasted your hard-earned dollars on a mod that's useless to you.
Yeah.
And Bethesda made bank. Congratulations. They are still to this day trying to find a way to earn money off of people to fix their game.
But here's the funny thing. Everybody, the community said, we can't fix this.
Mm-hmm.
That's how bad it is. So,
I know, but there's always going to be an idiot out there
that tries.
He's going to try, and they're going to find something that's interesting. Like for case in point, there's a guy that's out there that had found the source code for the mechs in the game, and so he's now able to make the game the mechs work. So you can actually roam around inside of the mech that actually exists in game.
Nice.
And if that goes on to the new updated downloaded content store that they have, the new mod store that they want to put in, that's just that's going to be hilarious when that sucker breaks, and then the modders kind of go, I'm not fixing this shit. Too bad you have to spend $10 it is. Talk to Bethesda. It's their game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And what's Bethesda going to do? Oh, wait. They've already told you before. Have you ever played the Elder Scrolls Online or Fallout 76? You gave us money. Fuck you. Sucks to be you.
Yeah.
Should have bought the official version. Not somebody's mod. Go talk to them. So passing the buck. Yeah, eventually they'll probably get sued by Australia or whatever, but that's a couple of bucks here and there. They don't fucking care.
They don't really.
A couple dollar dues.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's Microsoft. And Microsoft has a bankroll. They're third largest IP holder. Actually, no. They're one of the top holder of IP. They actually hold more IPs than Sony does.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know. 10 Cent is, if I remember correctly, the one that is 10 cents, or there was another company that actually owns the top at the I can't remember. But yeah, it is impressive how this is going around, and now people are slowly tuning into the factor that they're fucked.
Yeah.
I'm like going, motherfucker, I told you like a while back. Hell, during the day of Gamergate. You remember that thing?
Oh yeah.
Stop pre-ordering your fucking games. We told you back then, yet you still did it. Stop paying for these mods.
Speaking of pre-ordering, there's a game we're all waiting to come out here this month.
Yeah, I hear Pal World is kind of questionable. I know that.
No, it's not that. What happened was Pal World had to come out and say, hey, we're not offering stuff. We will not contact you. This is not us. And they weren't. It wasn't them. It wasn't the. Yeah. What's going on is some people are taking advantage of it.
Oh, duh.
And they're trying to pass themselves as Power. And like Power's like, no, that's not us. We have nothing to do with that. We will not contact you. They had to put out a thing saying, "Hey, that's not
getting hacked."
And yeah, and a lot of Steam has been getting hacked. But here's the thing: turns out, game is looking real.
Well, no, here's the reason why I say that the game, unlike the day before, they've already pushed out a few games prior that were very successful.
I mean, they're not great games, but they're
but
decent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is because if you look at Craftopia, it's not the greatest of all game, but it's a playable game, and I understand their gimmick. It's a game that still needs more time to actually bake, but they borrowed off of a Nintendo. The IP kind of look for the Zelda game, the Breath of the Wild, and they decided to kind of introduce other elements. They throw in Pokemon and a few other different things into it.
They also had this with the whole, remember the Unity incident where they said, hey, we're going to charge per download. They were like, nope, yes, and switched over to EU 5, and they were like UE5, and then that's the only reason the game didn't come out last year.
Oh yeah,
they're like, they're like, fuck that, no.
No, but being on Unreal Engine, it makes the game look more pretty, more crisp.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be a way better game. The footage they've been showing up, like they're, hey, this is what we're doing. This is gameplay.
It does look pretty.
It looks really good, and you can tell it's game footage because So I'm hoping it's real. Prepared, hoping for the best, prepared for the worst. That's why I'm not buying the game.
This is the reason why I say there's only going to be a few games that you should be putting down your money, that you're guaranteed that if it's a game that you like, go for it. I don't fucking care. But realistically, stop pre-ordering the fucking games, because basically it's like you're pre-ordering a car and expecting it, to get the actual car, and all you get in return is the wheel, and you've got to wait 6 years down the road before you get like the engine block. And if you're lucky, you'll get the DLC package that comes with it, so you get the windows included.
Pretty much.
But you still don't have the fucking car. So it's like but you got the wheel and the engine block. Congratulations. Oh, and then you got the DLC windows. So
and you were able to download the windows. Congratulations.
Yeah, pretty much. But you still have for the rest of the vehicle. So yeah, I wish people would just stop pre-ordering shit.
It's never going to happen.
I know, and it's the same thing. It's like they're all kind of upset with the way how WoW is being turned out, especially classic WoW. That the people are going to the gold farmers in order to get all this gold, so they can get all this shit as quickly as possible before they do another random update of it for the next expansion version of it, and the farmers can't keep up with the amount of gold being purchased.
Oh no, it's ridiculous about the prices right now.
I know.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, I should have been a gold farmer. You can say gold.
I mean, technically, we can get into the business. I mean, with 5 accounts is running. I mean,
all we do is what was it like? Gold has gone back to the value. Someone was telling me gold has gone back to the value of when StarCraft first came out. They started doing gold farms, and that was expensive. Yeah, I mean, 100 gold was $100.
Yes, I know. Now it's getting up there.
It's getting up there again. God, it's not quite to that yet, but I mean, it's like, damn.
Fuck. Sparky is back. His cable is now back, I guess.
Yeah, it was weird.
It is what it is. It's New Year's. It's also getting you kind of used to the fact that we're getting close to that hour and a half mark. So yes. God.
We've had a lot of things happen while we were gone.
There has been a lot of things. We've had the Epstein drop. We've had the fuck. What else has been there? Shit. My government's going crazy. We've got
our government's going crazy. Your
corner. Yeah, your government. I mean, we still have the cold snap that's supposed to happen. Maybe if we're lucky. We've got the suicide booth in Sweden?
Sweden, the suicide booth. I forgot about that. I told you that yesterday.
Yeah.
They got you, and you can talk to your friends while you're dying, and tell them things. And
I mean, it just seems like a great thing to have happen.
What do you guys think about the suicide booths in Sweden?
I honestly look. As long as we're not, you know what? Even if we end up eating the people, I don't know. I think that'd be the quickest way to
be
solve world hunger.
I think it's going to be Chinese food.
Jesus.
So because we know they have the robots that eat people. So
yes.
But yeah. It's just been really weird.
In the works for years, a suicide machine will soon be tested in Switzerland. At a push of a button, the pod becomes I love this word. The pod becomes filled
with nitrogen gas.
With nitrogen gas, which rapidly lowers the oxygen levels, causing its users to fall unconscious and dies within minutes. So basically, you're suffocating.
Yeah, that's it. It's interesting because you can start hallucinating in there and go nuts in the pod.
Well,
while it's happening.
Well, all right. So I don't know about nitrogen, but has anyone ever heard of argon poisoning?
I have. I've heard of it. It happens often than not.
Yeah. Argon poisoning is something that can happen whenever you're welding in a confined space without proper ventilation.
Yeah.
And what happens is you're breathing argon, and it doesn't really do anything to you. But the problem is argon is heavier than air.
Uh-huh.
So as you feel, as you breathe it in, it settles at the bottom of your lungs and it chokes you. I've had that happen to me once. It's not pleasant.
Yeah, but hey, that's a suicide booth.
You get into coughing fits. You just can't breathe.
No, yeah.
Like I said, you go crazy. Your body starts to revolt. It does not work the way they're saying it does.
But you would think, out of all the countries in the world, Canada would found a way of doing this because
I think they're actually secretly sponsoring Sweden.
I know, right?
I mean, Trudeau. It wouldn't surprise me if Trudeau was doing this.
Always ahead of the game.
It would not surprise me if Trudeau was actually sponsoring this with taxpayer money.
Rather concerning.
Why?
You can wear a VR headset while you're in there.
Yeah.
If only 1942 Germany had this.
Who says they
Who
didn't
says
come
they
up
did?
with
They
the idea?
did, but they were large showers. Sparky, they did. They were called showers back in their days.
Who says that this is a part of the initiative?
Wow, how history just rocks backwards going forward.
I know.
I
Right?
know, it's hilarious. It is hilarious. I mean, and Ken has already worked on that part of like volunteering for suicide by being volunteered by your government to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not happy with the government? Have you thought about suicide?
Yeah. Hey, you broke a leg. Have you thought about suicide?
Hey, you don't like Justin Trudeau? Have you thought about
suicide?
Do you like your freedoms? Have you considered killing yourself?
Well, if you don't like your freedom, we can
sad...
simply help you with a couple of different things. Let me write out a couple of treatments for you. You just put this, give it to the lady out front. She'll help you.
And then you had the leader of the UN said food is 90% of the produces 90% of the carbon dioxide. I said, yeah, it also produces 99.9% of the life on fucking Earth. Growing farms. I was like, food is the problem. It's like, no, I don't think that's a problem. I think that was a solution to one of the problems that are right on Earth.
Oh yeah.
You'd think that the plants that they grow,
they do
use the CO2 that we produce, and in turn they give us nourishment back.
Yeah,
actually,
that was the funny thing.
I have a question when it comes down to that. If perchance we think we use the plants, isn't it really the plants using us?
Pretty much.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
Is it though? Because it seems like the plants get more in return than we do.
But is it symbiotic when we're vegetarian?
I mean that'd be considered a parasite. I mean that's I mean it feels more like a parasitical kind of relationship here.
Well,
what about the animals that eat the vegetables?
Actually, here's the thing: most vegetarians,
and then we eat the animals that eat the vegetables.
Yeah, but consider this: it's actually more plant life than it is human or animal life in collective. There's more varieties of plants that exist on this planet than it is the animal kingdom in total.
But we're cutting down the rainforest. You forget about all the algae in the ocean.
Yeah. And then we say that we're overheating the planet and a few things, and yet we're finding new places that have had these plants that existed for millions of years until we've decided to melt the polar ice caps.
Wow, Penn, you guys had an emergency landing in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah,
we did.
A hatch blew out.
Yeah, a hatch blew out during takeoff.
Well, congratulations.
Luckily, no one was sitting in that aisle, and nobody was sucked out.
Mm-hmm.
What elevation did this happen at?
Well, during takeoff.
Oh, during takeoff.
Best time to do it.
It was during takeoff, pretty much at the beginning of takeoff, within like the first 5 to 10 minutes, and then they had to land. They took off from Alaska, and they immediately landed in Oregon. So that's
fantastic.
It just blew out for no reason. They're like, yeah, we don't know what the fuck happened.
So they had to fly at low altitude so that.
They had to fly the whole way. It wasn't very long. It wasn't a very long flight. It was actually a very short flight from Alaska. It says Alaska Airlines. So yeah, it was on. I gotta read more of this. This thing is Portland, Oregon. Oh no, it was a flight from Portland to Ontario on Alaskan Airlines. Okay, then it was going to go to but during takeoff, it had to re-land back at. That would suck. So don't fly Alaskan Airlines.
Who needs suicide boots when you got airplanes with doors?
I know why. Who needs suicide boots when you got flights? Planes that just follow the sky. I mean, come on. Jesus Christ! This is the end, folks.
You keep saying that, and I keep waiting for it to happen. I mean, it's just one of those things. I keep waiting for this to happen.
I know it's a slow boil. Apparently.
Just like making the frogs gay.
Yeah,
that happened. They all turned gay.
Yes. So I give you guys the opportunity to throw one more topic before we end this fucking show for the first of many for this year.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There was just too much to talk about today.
Conspiracy is spelled wrong.
I know.
that was
but that's the beautiful thing about it. No one really knows how to spell
spell.
conspiracy.
Apparently, I don't know how to spell shenanigans.
See?
When you're Jewish, you should know how to spell that.
I know, right? Actually, here's something to ponder on. So if a couple of black people, get together, then it's considered a gang. If a couple of, Italians get together, then it could be considered a mob. But when you get Jewish kind of, coalescing with each other, then we don't talk about it.
Or those that do talk about it don't live very long.
So
you don't live to talk about it, I think is what you mean.
Yeah, it just happened to be a thing. So last right before we end this one, I give you one more opportunity going forward. If not, then let's end this motherfucker before we continue.
I've got nothing. I mean, I got plenty, but just nothing important.
Who's been, well, besides Road, who's been keeping an eye on the Nicholas Ricada BS?
Nope.
Nope.
You want to chat a little bit about that before we go, or
oh fuck me. So if you really want to have more information on our lovely questionable Nicholas Ricada, you may want to go to the person like Mr. Sand. Sandy has been doing a really good job on uncovering these motherfuckers since Weeb Wars. But more and more coming out about the debauchery this motherfucker kind of covers, as well as a lot of questionable acting, to a point where he's cross-dressing in front of his children and a few other different things. Oh,
he's apparently hit on teenagers.
Yeah. I mean, the list goes on and on. Look, I will not be shocked if we find his name in the Epstein, body count of who showed up.
What the fuck?
Seriously, see, at this point, we're literally waiting for the Epstein list to actually drop. Now, people within certain areas of the media are kind of going, "Wow, it's not all that important." Fuck no, it is important. I'm curious. I want to know who's on the list.
Well, the more I've been looking at that, it doesn't even really look like his list. It's just a account of one of the victims. It's basically
no. So that portion I don't care about. No, they haven't dropped the official list yet, Sparky.
Yeah, they haven't dropped the official list. They dropped.
That's what I'm waiting for. Once the official list hits. I mean, right now, all they've shown is who's flown on whatever planes, going wherever. And the one that on the left side of the scope is like, well, Donald Trump was on the plane, but he never left to go to the island.
Here's the thing about that. We have testimony from the people that were on the flight, the hostesses that were the underage girls, said he was a perfect gentleman. He talked to them as a human being and not as an object.
Yeah.
And he pushed them forward with their dreams. That's all he did.
That's all he did. Now, a lot of his trips were localized, so they went from New York to Mar-a-Lago, New York, or wherever one of his casinos is, and in Vegas, whatever. But again, that was back in the day we had the Hobsnob, and he was considered a Democrat. So realistically, he thought Epstein was kind of weird and creepy, but yeah, he would have the teenagers and that over at one of his casinos, and she was like, "Well, how old do I have to be to gamble?" But he never really squawked about it, and she never gambled. She wasn't given the privilege of gambling, so obviously, he's probably working his creative, overlord, God Emperor himself magic prior to becoming the God Emperor to create the Epstein Island Underground Railroad kind of thing. In this case, I can just imagine Donald Trump creating his own version of Epstein Island, Underground Railroad.
Here's the thing. I can believe it. I can believe it too. That's the funny thing. It's like I can see him saving all those girls' lives, and then the media going after him. Oh, what he did?
I'm questioning how I got from Nick to this, but okay.
Well, we know Nick's on the list.
Like I said, at the end of the day, I want more information on them. But as for Nick Rekieta himself, fuck it, he's a lost cause, and I wish people would stop going to him because he's becoming worse and worse to a point where certain individuals are just being ableist for his questionable
God, that was scary. You showed me that. Now I remember. Fuck.
Yes. So I mean, it's just fuck me. But yeah, if you like Nick Rekieta, continue to watch your show, but don't give him money.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
If you want a scumbag lawyer, there's a scumbag.
There
lawyer.
he is. I mean, all of them are scumbags.
I've been enjoying listening to Divinity and Nova talk about a lot of the stuff because they've been kind of deep diving into some of the things that's happened. But besides from that, it's interesting to see. It's interesting to watch. It's real interesting watching the Jennies try and sweep up, and if a lot of this stuff ends up being true, that's gonna be real entertaining to watch. So, I mean, I'm just gonna sit back with popcorn and enjoy.
That's all I can. I only started watching the guy because you did. You told me about him, and then I didn't really watch him a lot. But
who, Rekieta?
Yeah, Rekieta.
Well, see, I started watching Rekieta because of the Brennan House trials, and then I started kind of stepping away from watching him back. Really, kind of at the beginning of the year because of the BS that happened with Div, and then
the trial was pretty much over. And that was the only interesting part, honestly.
Yeah, and then afterwards, a lot of this stuff kind of started coming out, and it's like, nah, I'm good.
Well, we did watch the Amber Heard trials with him, but
everybody was watching. Time out. Nick really kind of wasn't covering the Amber Heard trials. Everyone else was.
Yeah, I think that's
Nick Rekieta got to his fame because of the fact that he evolved himself into Weeb Wars. And he then got the ear of the farms, and then he got pushed only up to a certain echelon, and then he was involved in the advertisement of products. And then Baldo showed up, and then it just went downhill from there.
I'll put it to you like this. One of the people that was kind of, well, I won't say using them, stuff like that, but was kind of trying to grift was Dragon's Treasure. And yeah, he's bailed up even a while ago. But
so we had people like Mr. Sen and a few others that kind of knew Nick Rekieta, dealt with them on some levels of personal levels, and he's shown his true colors over time, and it doesn't happen. This motherfucker drinks like a fish.
Yeah, like a fish. I thought he was a fish.
You would think
more or less like a toad, because afterwards he licks the bottle and shit like that. Yeah,
he does.
I get called.
As he actually cleans his glass, but he tongue licks it clean before he pours any drink.
Which I find it funny because I get labeled a raging alcoholic. But he's just fine.
Well, you're a Native American.
You're one in front of everybody.
You can't deny it, Sparky. You get drunk in front of everybody, and you're raging.
Hey,
you have a problem.
Yeah, it's only happened like 3-4 different times, not every fucking
this year.
Stream.
We're not counting last year, huh?
That was last year.
No, you have gotten way better since you've had to become healthy, and now that you're becoming a daddy, you have to become healthier.
Yeah, Daddy Sparky's, getting better at chilling.
You can't die before your child turns 18. You know that. That's a rule.
But no, it's like, God, he just drinks a lot.
Your kid already?
Okay,
so yeah,
I know.
It is what it is when it comes to a sleazy Nick Rekieta.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed that he's turned people very quickly by showing off his true colors. I knew the guy was questionable, which I stopped, paying attention to him for a while. Now then he became a trash fire that I couldn't help but watch it. So it's like, Bruce is brilliant.
Yeah.
Yet everybody around me is kind of, I can't believe he's like that. I'm going, really, motherfucker?
I'm just surprised by. I mean, I knew he was an alcoholic. That I had no question of. But the 180 that happened really.
It was a total 180. It was a total fucking mask off moment, and it really started happening whenever Josh kind of started calling out, questionable people around Rekieta. And I'm not talking about questionable people. I'm not talking about some rando online that he might or may not do content with. I'm talking about like people that goes to his house daily.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, and it started going 180 from that point, and it just ended up becoming a fucking trash fire that a lot of shit's fucking come out now.
I do know a lot of the other lawyers, like the more respectable lawyers, which is not much.
They've all fucking moved away from him.
They're like, no, we're done. We can't deal with you, dude. And he's just getting the lonelier he gets, the worse he gets. The depravity.
So not only, so there's actually two main things that kind of caused it. Three main things. Questionable stuff with his fans and stuff like that he's been doing.
Yeah.
Like on locals and shit like that. You have that. You have the fighting between him and Josh and the escalation of that. And you also have the bullshit he pulled with the Reap community, but a second time. And it's amazing what happens when you draw the ire of a Sonic cartoon rabbit online.
Goddamn.
Well, it doesn't take much to get the ire of the foot fetish rabbits. I mean, really.
Yeah,
she still needs to show off her pits.
I am not even fucking stating any of that. I'm gonna tell you the exact same thing I tell people in my fucking comment section that says Pippa Pits, Pippa Pits, Pippa Pits. It's like,
no,
we're not advocating for that here. Go away.
Why not, Sparky? Why not?
I perpetuate. Look, I am all for whatever depravity to a degree, and as much trash fire that one could possibly generate for my pure amusement. I have enough popcorn. I have a lot of drinks, and I need more entertainment.
There you go.
So, and if I can get shocked and awed by the degree of entertainment that comes towards me, and I have the ability to laugh at it, all the power to me.
We gotta laugh at it.
All the power.
I know, right? So yes, we have done the overtime. People are getting the fuck out of here. I think we should be getting
one other quick thing.
Okay.
It's actually kind of neat that Jim's starting to pick up on it too.
It was inevitable. Look,
I know it was inevitable. It's just funny.
Just like what happened with Tonka, just like what happened with everybody else, with the other people in the kill streams and all that kind of stuff during blood sports. They eventually show their true, colors down the road, and then Jim turns on them just very quickly. In some cases, or very slowly, and they become the joke. Look what happened to Gamergate. He watched it slowly turn into a complete shit show. Then he turned, and everybody was upset the fact that he turned. So
that's what happens when you have principles.
Mm-hmm. So he just like I said, this is Jim is like Trump. He's a kingmaker. Not his fault that these people turn out to be assholes or questionables or whatever the case. It's all on them. So it's the same thing. I give anybody an opportunity to work alongside me for whatever shows or entertainment, and it's up to you to make it entertaining to a degree. I push buttons. That's my skill set. I push buttons and read data. And if perchance you fuck up, and there has been a few people have fucked up within my list of different shows, I move on. Just basically what it is. I move on. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. You fucked up. I gave you an opportunity. You fucked up. Oh well. My bad for giving the opportunity. No, I gave you a chance. You're the one that fucked it up. So this is the same thing I tell anybody. Just don't fuck up. So
don't fuck up.
Don't fuck up.
What's the difference between a mistake and a fuck up?
A mistake you can probably recover from. A fuck up, you'll never hear the end of it. It will always show up. Penn, you fucked up a few times. How often have we let certain things go?
Never?
Right. If you make a mistake, what happens?
You let it go.
There you go.
She gets it.
See? So
did I win?
Up. You won something. Just don't fuck up. Otherwise,
you won another confetti cannon
for the rest of your life. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, Jim Max can keep it. I don't want it anymore.
Who says that's Jim Max's?
Yeah, I know. Right?
Yeah, I know. It's almost like I should play that right now.
Anywho, I am still waiting for my my mug. So until then, as usual, I give people their last rights. You hit buttons, I hit buttons. I get the fuck
I'll
out.
go last.
Alrighty. Who's going to go first on their final dues?
Me, the fuck up. I'll go first. I fucked up.
Shocker.
Go watch my shit.
I know. Dragon, Gemax. Last rights.
No last rights. Just get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Remember those sweet, warm New England summers?
Oh, God.
Remember sipping lemonade underneath a shady tree? Remember
Really
when you hit that pedestrian with your car at the crosswalk and then just drove away?
Yep.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
So do I. Sparky.
Remember, folks, it's always fun to laugh at people online. I'm gonna share this my screen real quick. It's always fun to laugh at people online. It's always fun to poke fun, all that good shit. But just remember, whenever you draw the ire, this is what can happen.
That's a kiwi. Fuck me, it's a kiwi. Get out.